If you find yourself noticing that you have a lack of emotional permanence, you might wonder, how do I heal this? What are the steps? Some of the things that can be helpful in developing this is first just introspection. One thing that happens often as a therapist is people will come in wanting to blame everyone and wanting to externalize their problems. Now, this can be valid and accurate, but the challenge is we can't really change other people, so it's not a useful approach. Instead, we want to turn inward and to understand. So, turning inward isn't to now shift the blame to ourselves, it's to understand. That's what introspection is for. If you notice that you have a tendency to either externalize and blame others or blame yourself, the first thing is shifting away from the concept of blame. That is not what therapy is. I often will have someone come in that will say, I don't want to talk about my childhood. It's not my parents' fault. That's not the point of looking at your childhood. It's not to place blame on someone, it's to understand, how did this develop? And so that's how we start to understand it was the emotional inconsistency that maybe helped me to lack emotional permanence. Then what we can do is starting to work on reparenting ourselves. So wherever we didn't get support, instead of going back to the people that couldn't support us, we start to learn, how do I reparent myself? How does the adult part of me reconnect with the child part of me? Because often people are very anti the child part, and start to develop a stronger sense of connection with these parts. And finally, to learn about attachment styles. Most people with a lack of emotional permanence have an anxious attachment style. And that can be addressed with a therapist who understands these attachment styles. And we can make quite a bit of progress if we do this.